हो गई मैली मोरी चुनरिया, कोरे बदन से कोरी चुनरिया, जाके बाबुल से नजर मिलाऊं कैसे, घर जाऊं कैसे, लगा चुनरी में दाग, छुपाऊं कैसे, लगा चुनरी में दाग. A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twin Flame Union. So now this is a very important update, okay, and I want to share it purely because I want to share it. That's the simple reason. There are some people in this community, the Twin Flame community, who don't want to do any work. They have such great and huge expectations from other people, and I'll tell you an example. So I shared a video some time back which is called Divine Masculine Contract Revocation Degree, okay, and the first comment says, what is the meaning of revocation degree in Hindi, please explain. So my question is, first we have to speak. Okay, forget about all the work that we have done in all these years, forget about that. Okay, all the pain we have gone through, all the suffering we have gone through, obviously by God's grace, by God's love also we have received everything, but whatever we are sharing here, there is some kind of effort that is required in it. Without effort nothing is given. Okay, there are no free lunches in the world. Without pain there is no gain. Okay, so first we have to speak, then we have to record it, then we have to edit it. There is a research work that goes when you say certain things on a platform. You have to study it. You just don't say like, yeah, I felt like talking about something, so I'm going to share it with the world. That's not how it works. And then we have to edit that content. It needs effort. It's not easy to just do all these things. And then people expect now I should explain also everything word by word. So I only should come to your house and I should put you in union. You don't do anything. You just keep lying down over there. You don't make any efforts. Like, what is the problem if you open up Google or you open up a dictionary and you type the words revocation decree, revocation or decree? What is the problem in that? You don't want to do any effort. You just want to keep asking for. If you can type this type of message, these type of comments and these type of talks show a lot about a person. Now this is not a personal thing because I receive these type of comments a lot of times. It's not happening for the first time. Some people would say, can you please translate? Imagine I have spoken for 1 hour or 40 minutes. It required some effort to do that. Okay, and then people write down, can you please translate it? If you cannot understand it, it's not my problem. I have made a global channel because I feel that this type of content should go out globally. There are Hindi channels also I have made. Please go and listen to it. But it's not necessary that everyone is motivated or it is directed by universe to do what you want them to do. If you want the translation, then you can also ask someone. You can go and hire a translator. You can pay the fees to the translator and get that person to translate it for you. Why are you expecting this from the channeler or from the content creators? People on YouTube, yeah, you spoke for 40 minutes, 1 hour. I don't care. Please translate it for me. So these type of comments when I receive, it's hilarious. But these hilarious comments are also like making me feel that what type of expectation they have. You cannot open up a laptop or a phone if you have the energy to type this type of comment instead of typing all this comment and making the person feel bad about why they've shared something. Even if it's not bad, it's like, dude, I am not your slave, and nobody is your slave for that matter. Nobody. So this expectation that people have that other people should come and do everything for them, we just have to sit down on a place or we just have to chill all the time. All the inner work, all the effort, all the research work, everything has to be done by other people. My job is to only ask. My job is to only order and command. So if you're going to type these type of messages, I am going to definitely make videos like this. I don't want to share anyone's names. You just think about it yourself. What are you writing? Okay, and it doesn't matter to me because you're not abusing me or you're not treating me badly. But then this is an expectation in the community itself, which shows that there is a problem. If you are not going into union or if you are not progressing in your journey, it's because of this very reason that you don't want to do anything. As much as there are people who are doing inner work, as much as people who are making efforts, and as much as there are people who understand that this does not happen in one day, it requires inner work, it requires therapy, it requires research work, it requires determination. Determination is the key word. If you don't have any determination, I am sorry to say, your devotion will not work. And this twin flame journey is making you become a pure devotee. When you fall in love with source or you love source, because source is like, it doesn't have any shape, form, and nothing, you know. There is a very beautiful song called Ek Omkar. एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पूरख निर्भय निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैभं गुरु प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक हो से भी सच सोचे सोच न होवे जे सोचे लखवार चुप्पे चुप न होवे जे लाए रहा लिवतार पुकया पुक न उतरी चे पन्ना पुरिया पार सह सियाणपा लख होई ता एक ना चली नाल कि वे सच्ची यारा होवे कि वे कूड़े टुट्टे पाल हुकुम रजाई चलना नानक लिखे नाल. When you fall in love with one God whose name, his or her doesn't matter, whose name is truth. So basically truth is source. Truth is source, truth is the creator, truth is fearless, truth has no hate, truth is omnipresent, truth is unborn, self-illuminating. Very important word, self-illuminating. We have a stage in our twin flame journey which is called illumination. It's one of the final stages, happens right before harmonization. When you start illuminating, how do you illuminate? When you surrender to source, you start illuminating. By the Guru's grace, source is realized. So meditate on source name, chant on source name. Source has been true since time began and it has been true since the ages. And we all know there are 4 ages. The Satyug, which is golden age, the Treta, then which is silver age, then Dwapar, which is bronze, and then we have dark ages, which is Kalyug. So in all the ages, he will remain the truth. He or she, I say it will remain the truth. And this poetry that I sang for you, it is being written by Guru Nanak Dev. He is one of our gurus in India. Very, very, very profound. His teachings are so amazing. And Guru Nanak says he will be forever true. So you cannot frame him, you cannot, trap him with your thoughts. You may think about a thing million times. I am today actually motivated to explain the true meaning, the clear meaning. Because when people talk about law of attraction, when people talk about all these things like manifestation, they create affirmations in their mind. They keep repeating something again and again, or they keep visualizing and imagining. It's not that it doesn't work, but it does not work on source. So you can think about something million times also, but you cannot frame the source. And inner silence is not obtained by just remaining silent. I know some people, they talk very less and they have a problem with talkative people. Okay, they tell me, oh, that person talks a lot, my girlfriend talks a lot, my boyfriend talks a lot, my husband talks a lot, my mother talks, they are so talkative, blah blah blah. They have a problem with that. What does it mean by inner silence? Inner silence is observed when you don't react and when you watch everything as it comes and as it goes. Inner silence comes when you are independent. Inner silence comes when you know that yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it and you will do it. And with that determination, so determination is the word that was sent to me in channeling today. And I was like, okay, they've sent me only one word today. So I just sat down and I started researching as many meanings as I can. Just because it is sent, there is some kind of research work one needs to do. People don't want to do any research work. They don't want to get into therapy. They think that they have no flaws. They don't want to do any inner work. They don't want to go within. They're so trapped in the addictions. They're so trapped in the illusions and the delusions and the Maya. And most importantly, they're trapped in pleasing others. Why we have to please everyone? Why we have to be scared of anyone? Who can do what when the source is with you? Speak your truth. Be yourself. That's also what the fifth chakra says, right? So inner silence is not obtained by keeping quiet. You need to keep quiet mentally, okay? So peace of mind comes from truth. There are some people, they go to the temple. I have seen it personally. They go to the temple, they read all the holy books, they do all the rituals, but still they are not happy. There is a woman, a mother-in-law, she constantly goes to the temple. And still she has a problem with the things that her daughter-in-law is doing constantly. Okay, not saying that all mother-in-laws are like that. And then there are some daughter-in-laws, they are saying, yeah, I'm so nice, I go to the church, I do this, I do that. But every time they have a problem with their mother-in-law. She is so mean, she is so bad, she is after my life, she doesn't want me to be happy. She is very possessive about her son and this and that. So why these two people are fighting? They are going to the temple, they are praying to God, they are doing their duties, they are very ritualistic. Still they have a problem with everyone. Why? So just, it's not like you have to just repeat something. You need to have that faith also. And that faith, it comes with efforts and with determination you reach to that point. There are so many things in this planet, there is money, there is fame, there is recognition, there is fooding, there is clothing. You give me the best quality thing or you give yourself the best things in life. You will get into a comfort zone, but your hunger will never be satisfied. So this world is a place, this worldly world, this three-dimensional world is a place where you will never feel satisfied. You will want more and more and more and more and more. And still we say that you need to heal yourself. So we are saying, when I speak about independence, when I say be emotionally, financially, mentally and physically independent, it means that even if you have all the things you need, you don't get attached with it. But you don't have to depend on other people. As simple as that. Okay? So nothing will work in front of the God. No negative energy can work in front of the God. Nobody can destruct God. Source is indestructible. Source is, as I said, it is impossible for source. Anyone can do anything against the source. It's omnipresent, it's unborn, and it is self-illuminating. And any energy that has no fear, no hate, no friends, no enemy, what can you do with that kind of person? Okay. So how do we become truthful? How do we become sincere? How do we get the same power, get the same energy? How do we get connected to this truth? It's very simple. It's very simple. Whatever is happening, just observe it. That's it. That's it. That's all you need to do. Hukum rajai chalana, nanak likhiya naal. So there is a beautiful word that they have written in this poetry. He has written, कि वह सच्ची यारा होवे कि वह कूड़े टुट्टे पाल. Each and every line of this poetry is so beautiful. When you say कि वह सच्ची यारा होवे कि वह कूड़े टुट्टे पाल, it means that how can you become a sachiyara? Sachiyara is a person who speaks the truth. Okay? Sachiara. So there is a word called Dukhiara and there is a word called Sukhiara. Dukhiara is a person who's sad, always in sorrow, and Sukhiara is a person who's very happy. But Sukhiara means pleasure, this means sadness. But what is Sachiara? Sachiara is a new word that he made at that time. Means someone who speaks the truth. Okay, so how do you become Sachiara? Only when you throw away the falsehood. So if you are living a false reality or a false life with false expectations, you need to throw it away. Okay? Hukum Rajai Chalna means by abiding by the command of God. Everyone is here with a predestined life timeline. Everybody's life is predestined, it's pre-written. There is no change at all. So what is the best way to do? And you are the one who wrote it, by the way. You may not realize it right now, you may not remember what you did right now, but you are the one who's behind it. You are the one, as a soul, you know everything. What are the experience you need? If for 5 years you need to be in poverty, you will be in poverty, it will be good for you. And if you observe it without any complaints, with a silent mind, then maybe those 5 years will reduce to just 2 years or 3 years. You will be put into problems where you have to fight against your family, fight against your siblings, fight against your partner, because you want to do your mission work. You want to go and fight for those people who need you. And universe is going to test you. Okay, first fight. Maybe she will go and cry. He will go and cry in the room. They'll not do it. Second fight, they will gain some energy, some momentum. Third fight, they will stand up against everyone. Fourth fight, they will say, you cannot stop me. But this is not being done from a rebellion perspective for an ego's sake. When you are doing something for God, or you feel that it is coming from you naturally, then you take protection from God. Your power comes from universe. Your power comes from source. Okay. Soche soche na hove je soche lakhwar. By thinking again and again, 100,000 times, one cannot find a solution. By being quiet, peace cannot be found, even if you are sitting in deep meditation. Now, this is a very interesting statement, and I really like this statement. It says, "Chuppe chup na hove je lai raha livtar." It means there are people who are sitting in dhyan, who are sitting in meditation. They have done some body work, they have done some discipline, so now they can sit for 2 hours, 3 hours every day. I met somebody once, one of my reading client, it was a tarot reading client. I met the family, so I did reading for 2 people in the family. So after and before also the reading, they always would maintain that we do so much meditation. We meditate for 2 hours. And I used to ask them, how a person like you can sit still for 2 hours? How is it possible? You have such a volatile mind, you have so many thoughts, you're so troubled. They say, how do you know we are troubled? Just because of the way, half an hour into the conversation, 1 hour into the conversation, if not even a conversation, looking at the body language, looking at the facial reactions, so many things we can determine, looking at the energy, we can determine this person is full of aversions, full of irritations, full of annoyance. So troubled this person's energy is. And they tell me, I sit in meditation for 2 hours in the morning, then 2 hours in the night. Oh my God, I am world's best meditator. What's the point of doing so much meditation if you're not peaceful? If you don't want to do anything, and if you do something, then you do it for your ego satisfaction. You enter a person's house. I'll tell you how I sometimes find out and why I do face readings also. There's a reason behind it. I tell people that if you want a reading from me, then I need to see you in my phone screen, or you need to be present in front of me. And it requires a lot of effort. Let me tell you, I don't want to brag about it, but this is the truth. There are so many readers and healers and therapists, they will never interact with you one-on-one. You have to pay money to them, you have to pay a certain amount, and they will send you a kit. A toolkit would be sent to you, which will have a number of presentations or a number of videos. And you can go through it and you can study and figure things out. Nobody wants to meet people one-on-one because it requires effort. It requires a lot of patience. It requires, you have to schedule time for them. I am living in India. People are living in other countries. Then we need to fix up a time for them. It's not easy. Sometimes I have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning. Sometimes I have to be up at 12 in the night, 1 in the night doing my work. So please understand, and I enjoy it. It's not like I'm saying, oh my god, I hate my job. It's not like that. I also enjoy it. I love it, but I want to do it in the right way. Every person has gifts. You also have a lot of gifts. So you need to figure out what works for you the best. If people tell me also, can you please send me a recorded message? Please send me an email. I say, I don't work like that. Yes, for an exception, I can do it. If you are having some problem, some physical problem is going on, some medical ailment is going on, or you really genuinely cannot be present for the reading, or something is wrong with you so much, then yes, you want the answer, I can give it to you. But there has to be a reason for it. There has to be reason. When somebody is in front of me, sometimes there are people who are stuck in a problem for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. And in one reading, they get the whole clarity and they are so happy and they write to me. Why? Because it is the energy we read when a person is in front of you. Okay? When we talk to someone for 1 hour or half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever it is, you get to know a lot of things about them. Even through email conversation, we get to know. Somebody writes in such a language, we get to know, okay, this is what this person is going through. Somebody acts in certain ways, we get to know. Somebody smiles. So these things, I'm telling you, being very honest, there are no books for this. Psychic abilities or intuitive powers, so whatever you want to call it, I don't want to make it sound very big also, because I don't really want to. I want you to focus on your inner work first, okay? All these things, these are natural gifts present in every human being. Somebody is a very good communicator. Somebody can heal other people. Every human being can. Somebody is very good with plants. Somebody is very good with animals. I once got to know about a girl. Even if you send very badly injured animals, where there is no hope for them, she will make them walk. She will make them happy with her love, with her healing powers. Okay? There are some people who do wonders with plants. You tell them that, okay, this plant is dying, and they'll be like, okay, let me work on it. They'll treat a plant like they treat a human being. Imagine the level of sensitivity these people have. But these type of energies, these type of gifts, they come with inner work. And most importantly, when you want to do inner work without any expectations, like who knows 10 years from now what gift you unlock. Okay? So everyone has a style of doing things, and my style honestly over here is to be honest with you and to be sincere with you. So if you write these type of comments, it's very funny, to be honest. It will not stop my work, it will stop your growth for sure. Because the hunger of a hungry person cannot be quenched with food. It's such a beautiful line. Bukya bukuna utri che panna puriya par. What type of hunger are they talking about? This is the hunger of ascension. When you are hungry for ascension, when you are hungry for progress, when you are hungry for growth, you want to be one with source, like you are just done with the worldly world. I am just done with the worldly world. That's how you think. I am just done with chasing. I am just done with waiting. I'm just done with all this talking that I'm doing. I'm just done being miserable. Why am I miserable? Because you carry a baggage on top of your shoulder, on your heads, because you have some dreams and you have some desires which are so delusional. Biggest dream and biggest desire, sometimes they are such big delusions. A common man wants to become famous. They look at a celebrity, they look at like, wow, this man is so famous and loved by millions of people. One day I also want to be like that. I want to be loved by millions of people one day. Wow, that would be so great. But you don't know what that famous person had to do, how many shortcuts they had to take, how many times they had to sell the soul to the devil, how many times they had to do ass licking, how many times they had to be like, making plans and plotting and manipulating, and how many nights they did not sleep just for their ego, how many drugs they took, how much alcohol they had to drink, how many people they had to sleep with to get into that position. Because this path is a path, these things are a path of Venus, these things are a path of Shukra. Shukracharya is the guru of Asuras. Asuras are the demons. And I'm not saying that all Asuras are bad. It's just that asuras are always, they have an ego, very big ego they have. Now in twin flame journey, we tell people that ego cannot work here because ego will give you mental tension. So anybody who has, very strong Venus, they need to be aided by other planets also. The other planets also have to be strong, or their inner work has to be strong, because Venus will give you everything which the worldly world can give. It will give you beauty, it will give you fame, it will give you a lot of partners. People are getting attracted to you all the time. And that's why some people wear rings also, diamonds also, this, that. But why am I telling you all this? Because all of this comes with mental tension, mental anxiety. Why? Because worldly world is like that. World is duality. Okay? And Earth Mother has to go through so much. She has to go through all the Yuga cycles. It is a cycle for her. And that's the reason why we need to show compassion to Mother Earth. And that's the reason why we take birth. All of us ascensioners, we have taken birth. All the twin flamers, the light workers, the star seeds, they've all come because they have so much love and compassion for the Mother Earth. Because she goes through all these 4 cycles. Every time. It's like a woman's body. We have to get our period every month. And during the period, we feel so horrible sometimes. Some people go through hormonal changes, some people go through physical pain, but 4 days we do feel like a little this out of place. So how to remain calm in those 4 days, how to keep doing your work, how to be chilled out, how to enjoy, how to relax. Some people celebrate the period time, the 4-5 days. Some women celebrate it, like, wow, I've got my periods, so now I'm going to, pray to the moon, I'm going to get some flowers in my house, I'll wear some nice ornament, I'll wear a nice, very relaxing gown or something. If there's a lot of pain, some people go through a lot of pain, then they need to talk to the doctor, they need to take medicines, and they need to do something about the diet. And again, I'll tell you guys, if you're women and you have these problems, then don't eat carbohydrates during those 4 days. Don't eat rice and don't eat potatoes. Don't eat anything that has carbohydrates, and you will tell me that you will not have any pain. You will not feel pain. Don't eat anything which is very heavy. Eat a lot of boiled vegetables. Drink a lot of soup. So your body needs that, relaxation, that taking care of it. Similarly, we need to take care of Mother Earth. We need to feel, yes, there are people who are harming Mother Earth. There are people who are, but these cycles are important, because if there will be only golden age, then there will be no time to do inner work and you will never become humble. To become humble, also many masters, many ascensioners take birth on planet Earth. Planet Earth is a school. You want a lesson on being humble? Go to planet Earth. So one may possess 100,000 clever ideas, but even one will not work on him or her. Who? On who? The one who is truthful, the one who lives a life of sincerity, devotion, the one who is integrated with the source. Source itself is like that. So if you're integrated, what is the meaning of the word integrated? I have been saying this source integration for a very long time, ever since I started doing this work, that source integration is what all of you need to do. Because when you are integrated with the source becomes your protector, the source is doing everything for you. You will become a natural person. Okay, so you throw away the falsehood, you throw away all these expectations, because expectations always come from falsehood. Alright, I just had this urgency to do this. When I saw this comment written by this person, it doesn't matter who wrote it, because this is not important for me right now, because there are many people who write these type of comments. It's not just one person. Everyone thinks in some way or the other. Even the best ones sometimes have expectations. Like, somebody should do it for me. You ask your masters for help. If you want to ascend further, if you're badly stuck, ask your masters. And if your prayer is true, if your prayer is real, your master will always be with you. Your master will show you. Sometimes we are so impure on planet Earth, because in the last few years, when you are born, till the time you realize that yes, I need to do inner work, you have also collected so many impurities within you. You know, all these impurities, they have disconnected you or they have separated you from you. So you need to wash away those impurities. The washing away is not a feather-like process that somebody will just come and touch with a feather on your face. No. When you wash a cloth, a white cloth is dirty. How do you wash it? First, you are going to soak it in water overnight, so that all the impurities go away. Then you will take a brush and you will, with a strong hand, you will brush it off with water, with soap. More soap is put after that. If still the impurities don't go, you will put bleaching agent in it. You will put some solution in it. You will do something about it, and you will make sure that this cloth is gone. The impurity is gone from the cloth. Not the cloth is gone. To clear the impurities, we are a cloth. And now don't discuss type of cloth, quality of cloth. No, we are all the same type of cloth. All of us. We are having the same thickness. We are the same material. There is no difference in the cloth. Okay. So don't divert your mind into that. So everyone has the same type of cloth, and we all have impurities, and to clear those impurities, we need to work on ourselves. We need to clean ourselves. It's a very beautiful song that's coming to my mind right now. It's a very, very, very profound spiritual song, but it has been turned into many versions thanks to Dear Bollywood in India. But anyway, I'll just sing a few lines for it. लागा चुनरी में दाग छुपाऊं कैसे, लागा चुनरी में दाग, चुनरी में दाग छुपाऊं कैसे, चुनरी में दाग छुपाऊं कैसे, घर जाऊं कैसे, लागा चुनरी में दाग छुपाऊं कैसे, लागा चुनरी में दाग. So it means that chunari means white cloth, which I'm talking about, and daag means the impurity. And how they are saying it, that this chunari or this cloth is your consciousness. When you come to planet Earth, you get impurity. Now this person who's the seeker is speaking to God, having a direct talk with God, that in my cloth, in my chunari. So all women, we wear this scarf. So in Indian society, we have a scarf with our dress, like a long, beautiful, very beautiful flowing piece of cloth. So it's being used as a metaphor over here, that in my chunari, in my white chunari, there are so many impurities. With these impurities, how do I go back home? How do I go home? And planet Earth is being treated like your lover, or your fascination for the worldly world, or your addiction towards the worldly world, the attachment towards the worldly world. And God over here is being called Father. Okay, so a girl, in the form of a girl, whosoever made this song, the first person who made this song, it's a very, very, very old song. Then it was turned into a Bollywood song many years ago, and then few years back, and once again some other person also made a song out of it. But it has a very deep meaning. And then this person says, हो गई मैली मोरी चुनरिया, कोरे बदन से कोरी चुनरिया, जाके बाबुल से नजरें मिलाऊं कैसे, घर जाऊं कैसे, लगा चुनरी में दाग छुपाऊं कैसे, लगा चुनरी में दाग. Who all are Indian over here, you would know this song very well. I hope so. This person is saying that my cloth is dirty now. Okay, and this cloth, when it was given to me, it was white, it was pure white. Kore badan se kori chunariya, pure white, nothing was written on it, like how a kora kagaz is, like a blank paper. So it was like a blank slate, but because of my living my life on planet Earth, it's now having so many whatever scribblings on it. So how I go now and look into the eyes of my father who had given me this protection, or this cloth of protection, or whatever you want to call it. There are many ways to say it. It's a metaphorical song. How do I look into my father's eyes? Some people also look at it as a romantic song, that it's a girl who was wearing a white protective cloth. She goes to meet her lover. They involve in some activities. Now she's very scared to confront her father, to how to look into my father's eyes, that I made some mistake I have made. He had taught me something. He had given me some kind of a direction, some kind of a teaching, that don't do this, before marriage, don't do this, don't do that. First you find a worthy man. Till the time you don't find a worthy man, don't make this mistake. So I have made this mistake. Now how do I go home and how do I confront my father? So this is how this song has been written. It's a very beautiful song, and it was my father's favorite song actually. And before his death also, before he passed over, I used to sing this song a lot for him, and used to get very emotional listening to this song. And he only told me that this is a very spiritual song actually. So this is the meaning of this song. जाके बाबुल से नजरें मिलाऊं कैसे, घर जाऊं कैसे, हो गई मैली मोरी चुनरिया, कोरे बदन से कोरी चुनरिया, जाके बाबुल से नजर मिलाऊं कैसे, घर जाऊं कैसे, लगा चुनरी में दाग, छुपाऊं कैसे, लगा चुनरी में दाग. And the whole song is very beautiful. Very beautiful song. I really love this song. And towards the end, in the last stanza, it says, कोरी चुनरिया आत्मा मोरी, मैल है माया जाल, वो दुनिया मोरे बाबुल का घर, ये दुनिया ससुराल. Which means Kori Chunaria is now being, and now they've clarified this statement, so that's why I was telling you, it's a very spiritual song. So the singer is saying, or the seeker is saying, that this cloth that I am wearing on my body, it's my Atma. Atma means soul. This is my soul. And Mail means dirt, impurity. This impurity is the Maya Jal, the Maya's Jal that I keep talking about. Maya's trap. All this impurity has come from the illusions and the delusions. वो दुनिया मोरे बाबुल का घर. So the life, the world I came from, the soul, my soul is the house of my father. But this is my sasural. Sasural means the husband's house. Okay. The worldly world, she is actually comparing the worldly world with the sasural where she marries and she goes off. So all of us have come, from a soul family. The father, the mother, the protective ones, the guides. We come to the earth, and on this earth we get these impurities. जाके बाबू से नजर मिलाऊं कैसे, घर जाऊं कैसे, लगा चुनरी में दाग, छुपाऊं कैसे. So today's session is becoming very musical session. And I think this would go on for some time now. I have a feeling. But let's see what happens. So on this note, I will sign out from this session. Thank you so much for being here. And to all the wonderful people who enjoy this type of content, they love this type of content and they are doing their inner work. There are some people who listen to the channelings every single day without fail. And even though they have not taken any therapies or they have not taken any readings, but they consume this content and they write to me also. They don't write with an expectation, but they write to me, and I want to tell all of you, all whosoever is benefiting, that it's all the credit goes to the masters and the source. And I really say it from the bottom of my heart that the amount of impurities, if I look at my own self, or all of us look within, the amount of impurities we have, it's not possible for us to even wash it off. The type of things we have done, the negativity we have generated. So many times we curse other people, knowingly or unknowingly, in anger, frustration. We are not that great also. But because of the grace of masters, because of the grace and love of the spirit guides, the benevolent extraterrestrial beings who watch over us. They are doing a wonderful job in forgiving us and helping us get redemption from whatever we have done, and then purifying us and then accepting us and taking care of us. These things might sound for some people woo-woo stuff or religious talks, but this is the actual science. People who study quantum physics, quantum mysticism, people who study metaphysics, they are the ones who are studying something hardcore and real that will help them. Because we need to know how to protect ourselves from toxicity on planet Earth. If we don't study that basic thing, then how can we be protected? Or how can we do our mission work? It's not possible, right? So yes, one love and peace out, and see you soon in another one.